It just seems that they're always constantly teaching him about God's laws and God's way instead of focusing on universal laws. They just like throw it in there and then, okay, back to God's laws. It's like they just say, okay, they told him about the omnipotence of creation, but they didn't explain further, go into details of what creation is, what the importance of creation is, that creation is dominant over God. Everything they didn't say. And then they said the immortality of the spirit. So meaning that when we die, we come back over and over again. But they did teach them about reincarnation, but they didn't express what this soul is and what it means and about past lives and everything like that. So then it says, from there he went to the north, to the ends of the earth. So this is all for the people that believe that the earth is flat. If they're going to the ends of the earth, then that would mean that the earth is flat. Because if we're living in a globe, like what they're saying, then there would be no end. It goes in a circle, so there is no end of the earth. So if it's a flat earth, then there is ends of the earth. And then it says, where metallic lights and chariots of fire. Remember what we talked about before in one of my other posts? Chariots of fire are spaceships. So if God was creation, he could just beam his light everywhere, his consciousness. But because he's human, just like us and the celestial sons are, they have to use spaceships, they have to use crafts that they created to get around. And then it says, came down from the sky and shot upwards with a singing sound invoked in the smoke of fire. So the songs that they're singing are probably chants for protection, maybe a distraction, as they know sound is a powerful that can heal and other stuff we are not aware of. Maybe that's hypnotizing the people. The reason why they're using sound is because they're tapping into a frequency that's either propelling them forward or I don't know what they're using sound for. Jesus probably used sound to heal it. It says, at the ends of the entire earth, he saw celestial portals open, which there were 3 different ones. The portals radiated in the most brilliant Zohar, which is splendor of creation energy, an area so large as the lifeless sea of the Jordan River, actually gleaming thereon was the entire land of Israel, alive and true humans, animals, and everything was there. We know portals exist. They're saying it here, and people are coming across portals as well. There's even one guy that opened a portal in his room. In the first celestial portal, no secret was concealed because the Zohar entered in the smallest spaces in cottages, revealed rhetorical, last intimate details. So what intimate details are they exposing? People being intimate with each other, having private affairs. By the second celestial portal, there rose mighty mountains whose peaks reached into the sky and disappeared into the clouds. Far below deep masses of snow at whose edges a different brown-skinned human population built their huts. So earlier, I think, or later maybe in this text, it says that God's skin color was white. So he did make the white human population along with 3 other lineages. But this brown-skinned population, I wonder if God made it or if another God made it that existed in another part of the world. So it just shows you that God is only responsible for 3 human lineages, which he tells you, and not the entire races of humanity. The third celestial portal revealed a land of gigantic dimensions, mountains with rivers, lakes, and seas where yet another human population dwelt. Not far from these celestial ports have been built the palace of God, the ruler of those terrestrial humans, and of those who have traveled from afar, the celestial sons. Guardians, angels in this place, God ruled over the 3 human lineages created by him and over his following, the celestial. He was immortal, ancient immortal, and a giant. So a palace was built for God, and it says that he ruled over 3 human lineages. So this was God's palace where him and his other celestials existed. But it also says, I think they're referring to God, he was immortal, ancient immortal, and a giant size like the celestials. So Jesus saw God and what he looked like. So God was immortal, and he was giant in size. So that shows that he's the Anunnaki, probably, because the Anunnaki were giants. Creation is not any size. It's just energy, a source of energy. It does not take on a human form. In the palace of God, there appeared to Jesus 2 very tall men, the likes of whom he had never seen on earth before. Their faces shone like the sun, and their eyes looked like burning torches. From their mouth issued fire. Their clothing represented a covering of foam, and their arms were like golden winds. They inhabited an environment of their own because the air of the earthly world would have been fatal to them. The 2 men from the celestial of the 7 stars were venerable teachers, and they are together with two smaller men who said they were from Bawi. So it shows you that God is human like us, which he said, and these other celestial sons that came with him and these other beings are the same size as him. So they're all one race of people that came and ruled over our souls.